Okay, so last week, I know I talked a lot. I hope you guys kind of got some of it. We trained some of it. We worked on engagement. We're kind of do a recap of engagement. What is engagement? Give me an idea, since I talked last week, what engagement is, so I can kind of make sure that we're all on the same level here. Any idea?
Interacting with your dog.
Exactly. Kind of opening your dog's chakra, or I don't know if you call it chakra, but opening your dog's mind, getting your dog ready to basically learn. It's one of the most important things. This young lady here, she brought in her dog a little early. We worked with it. At first, the dog was like everywhere and a little engagement, and the dog actually kind of helped her focus. So engagement's going to be one of the most important things that you guys can do. So everything is going to start with engagement. Last week, towards the end of class, we worked on a little bit of attention. We're going to kind of talk about it. Did anybody work on that? I know engagement was really what I gave your homework to, but did anybody work on attention at all?
You mean
The watch, yes. Sorry. Okay. Well, I tell you what, we're going to do a little recap of attention tonight, and then we're going to work on sit, down, and come. Sit, down, and come is something I kind of do all together in one class because it's pretty simple. It's something that once you get the down and the come, everything really, the sit kind of comes naturally. All right, you guys are super easy. All right, I need a guinea pig. I need somebody that wants, all right, come on out. So we're going to start with the down. The down seems to be usually the most difficult for everybody, especially for Dobermans, no offense. Because Dobermans have such long legs, this usually is a little bit more difficult. However, there's a couple keys we can do. Has anybody ever watched a horse lie down? Anybody been riding horses and seen a horse down? Okay. A horse down, because the legs are so long, they lie down in a kind of backwards motion. In other words, they put their front feet out, and the rest of their body kind of goes down at a 45-degree angle backwards, and the front feet go out, and then their bottom goes down. We're going to apply the same action to the down. Most people teach the dog how to sit and then how to down. The problem is, if you always do a sit and down, when you tell your dog to down, what's the dog going to think? Exactly. And most times the dog gets lazy, and it actually stops at a sit. It doesn't go all the way to the ground. So we want to teach the dog to do sit and down with two separate commands. Okay? So what she's going to do in a moment is when she gets the max amount of engagement she can, in other words, the point where the dog's really focused on her hand, she's going to take her hand and go at a 45-degree angle between the dog's front feet. Okay? And she's not going to say down at first because the dog may not do it. But what we're looking for is we're looking for the front end to go down and then the butt to go the rest of the way down, okay? So, while you're moving back, keep moving back. Okay? Now take your hand and quickly go right down, underneath. Good. And hold it right there for me. Hold it around. It's okay. So, there's a reason why I picked you right off the bat. Okay, so, because the dog is so long-legged, it's really easy for the dog just to put its neck down and its legs and still eat, right? So we're going to do something a little bit different. What I want you to do this time is you're going to do the same exact thing, but you're going to apply a little bit of pressure with your other hand on top of her neck and shoulders.
Like right there?
No, towards the collar.
Oh, like here?
Okay. And just going to be a little bit of pressure, not a whole lot of pressure.
Oh, yeah. We got some treats.
So do a little engagement and then throw it in. And when you do it, go underneath, between the front feet.
Oh, sorry.
Okay? All right, when you're ready. Underneath, a little bit of pressure. A little bit. Hold it right there. Okay, it's okay. So the key is also to make sure that you go all the way to the ground. And you're kind of rewarding for
I know.
doing it.
But he'll eat them. I know.
It's okay. Try it a couple more times. If that doesn't work, I have another idea. Okay.
Down. Nope, we're going to try this again.
One more time, and then we're going to try the dip.
Down. Down.
Okay, stop for a second. So this is a really good example. Do you notice the more she tried to kind of force the animal, the more the animal kind of resented it? There's a difference between guiding your animal and forcing your animal. Okay? So you know how to take a knee, right?
What?
You know how to take a knee? Like that. Yep, so take a knee. what we're trying to do. So we're going to use her leg here as a little bit of a prop. What she's going to do is she's going to have the dog on one side of her leg, and she's going to have food, and she's going to lead the dog underneath the space on her leg, and watch what happens. Okay? Slowly pull. Hold it right there for a minute. Don't move it. And wait until the butt goes down.
Oh, man.
It's okay. Very good. Stop right there. And feet. Good. So this is what I was trying to do without her getting on the ground. Some dogs will go right to the ground with the first way we did it. This is how this dog looks, okay? So say free and stand up. Okay, so you did really good. Another thing I want her to do, and this is the only time I'm going to ever probably encourage you to put food on the ground. But I want you to drop, when they downs, I want you to drop the food between the front feet, okay? And the reason why I'm going to have you drop the food between the front feet is because I want the dog to associate the ground right in front of them with the food, not her hand. Because if the dog associates her hand, they're just going to keep moving, right? We want to be able to tell our dog down anywhere, and then I'm going to understand that we're going to walk up and drop food between their front feet. Okay, don't stay down yet. And drop it. Good. Drop it again. Drop one. And drop another one. Okay, free. Hey, try it again. You're doing fine. That's good. Stop. Don't. Good. Drop this right there. Good and free. That's good. Free. The one, do it again. Okay, keep doing it. Excellent. Good. Now at this point we can start using the down command. Any idea why we didn't use it to begin with?
Given an association with the action.
Exactly. The dog at first had no idea. It just thought mom was doing aerobics. But now the dog's saying, wait a minute, okay, I understand what I'm supposed to do. So now she's going to ask for the down.
Down.
Wow.
Good boy. Good boy. Free.
Good job, Jim.
Down. Good boy. Okay, on the ground. On the ground.
Good.
Free.
Okay, I'm going to do this 2 more times that way. And then I want you, the third time, I want you to do it the other way we started with, okay? And see if you guys.
Go through the
Yep.
way. Okay.
No, you're going to go between his front legs. Like
Oh, okay.
Okay, do it 2 more times this way, and then do it the way we started.
Down.
Good job.
Free.
Okay, do me a favor. Instead of feeding a huge mouth, I want you to feed one, pause, feed another one, pause, feed another one, okay?
Down.
Good. And then free.
Free.
Excellent. Okay,
Okay,
ready
so
now?
we're trying the 45-degree angle.
Yeah, now we're going to try it the other way, okay? And say down at the same time.
Down.
Hold it right there.
Down.
Wait, right there.
Down.
Wait.
Down.
Excellent. Drop one. Good. Drop another one. Good. Drop another one. Okay, see how you keep moving your hand back? You kept moving your hand towards you as the dog falls down. Keep it right there. Good. Are you ready to free?
Free.
Excellent. Okay. Now do it again. And I don't want you to chase the dog back. Your hand goes directly to the ground and wait for him to down. Okay?
Down. Down.
Excellent. And free.
Free.
Yeah, can I pick on you for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay, she did really well at everything she just did. The only thing I would really change with her is she kept saying the command over and over again. We want to say down once. Let the animal think about what we're doing. If the animal doesn't do it within, let's say 20, 30 seconds, maybe repeat the command again, but don't keep telling it down, 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 down. It's kind of like telling your kid, don't steal the cookie, don't steal the cookie, don't steal the cookie, don't steal the cookie. Obviously, you don't want them to steal the cookie. Why should you tell them not to? Okay? Okay, any idea why I had her, instead of dropping a whole handful of food all at once, why I had her drop one and then pause, drop another one and pause?
Seems like more of a treat to give it one and then another and then another.
Exactly. In the dog's mind, it's a higher reward than just receiving a handful. A handful, the dog just like one little soup of the tongue and it's all gone. In the dog's mind, if we put pauses in between each reward, it's a higher value in the dog's mind. Plus it does something else. It also keeps the dog in that down position for longer. You notice that dog, once it down, didn't want to hop back right up and do it again, right? So if the dog says, wait a minute, I gotta stay down because another one might be coming and I don't want to miss it, the dog stays in the down longer. This is kind of how we work on stay also, the same exact way. Okay? Okay, let's, anybody else want to do down again with another dog? And then we're going to work on sit with another dog.
I can do down with her.
All right, let's do down with her.
Since I'm almost out of treats.
I think she's going to do great. Okay, so do a little engagement. Excellent.
Alright, hey,
Okay, good.
down.
Okay, so for your,
Three.
okay, so a couple things I would do. I'd reteach you down. Do you know why I wanted to reteach you down? Do you see what happened? Her butt was down first, not her front end. And make sure you drop the food on the ground, not her hand. Okay? Because if your hand is right there and you tell her down, most likely she's not going to stay. She may start to go down, but she's going to rely on your hand to feed her the food, right? So she downs, drop the food between the front feet. That way she's associated the ground with the down.
Okay.
Okay, try it.
Almost out of treats. Alright,
Go to the ground with her.
down.
Okay, wait.
Down. Down.
And you drop one.
Oh, she took them all.
Okay, free.
Free.
She suckered you.
Suckered you.
Was that all your food?
There's a little bit.
Okay.
But, so that's, when I worked with her, I mean, no, when I worked with her at home, I wanted to try, the goal is to get her to cut her front down first.
Either a front down first or a whole body all at once.
I like. Down.
Okay, wait.
No, not roll
Okay,
over.
okay, ignore
There
that.
you go.
So if you, that's a really, I'm glad the dog did it. So let's say your dog starts rolling over and say, here, scratch my belly. It's a bad thing to scratch your dog's belly when you do that. Because every time you tell your dog to down, what's it gonna do? It's gonna start rolling over thinking, hey, I wanna roll over and get my belly scratched. There's time for belly scratching and then there's time for downing. This is the time for downing. Okay, do you notice she came up right when your hand came up?
Okay,
Okay, so do another down again
down.
and wait. Ignore it. Okay, drop one piece. All right, any questions on down? Okay? Want to do sit?
Sit first?
Do what?
What would the problem be with having sit first? Getting out from that position?
Because it's redundant. It's in their minds if you sit and then down. When you tell the dog to down, most likely the dog is going to sit half the time. It's a hard way to explain. It's kind of like asking your kids to go do the dishes, but making them go vacuum first every time. If you just want them to do the dishes, you just want them to do the dishes. I know it seems kind of weird.
Well, I just meant if they're already in a sitting position,
Now,
what's the
yeah,
problem with making them go down?
Now that's not a problem. I'm glad you brought that up. If your dog's already sitting, you can ask them to go in the down.
Yeah.
That's fine. But don't teach it sit and then down. It's two separate commands. Okay? Want to do sit with them? All right. All right. So there's a couple things before he starts that we want to do sit. One thing that usually happens when people teach a dog to sit is he always teaches a dog to sit a ways away from them. That was for some reason teach the dog to sit like 3 feet away from him. We want to teach our dogs to sit close to us, okay? So what this young man's going to do here in a minute, he's going to do a little engagement, and then when he asks for the sit, all he's going to do is simply hold his hand with the food close to his body, slide the food up his body, and ask his dog to sit, okay? So do a little engagement.
Just good boy. Sit.
Good, okay. So, do you notice the dog kind of sat a little bit farther back? We're gonna try to get rid of it. Here's what I'm gonna do. I don't want you to take the food away from him, okay? I want you to, when you ask him to sit, I want you to have it down to his level, and I want you to slowly slide it up your body. Okay? Try it again. Move a little bit. Okay. Yeah, do a little engagement. Okay, put the food down to his level. Have a couple pieces in your hand if you could. Keep it low, good. Okay, now don't take your hand away. Bring it close to your body, and sit.
Sit.
Not too bad, try it again. Okay, and when you take your hand up your body, hold it close in the center of your body, not to the side. Okay, try it again. Stay calm, or move up a little bit. Okay,
Sit.
good. Okay, try it again. Tell you what, watch this. I want you to hold the food right now where your belly button, would be. Hold it down a little see his dog sat a little bit closer now? The reason why we want to teach our dogs to sit close to us is if we always teach the dog just to sit anywhere they want, pretty soon the dog's going to start backing up every time they sit. We want to teach the dog, put their butt down when we say sit. Not back up, not do anything besides sit. A lot of times dogs, when they get excited, they're going to go for a walk, you ask them to sit, oh, they want to jump back and get the, they want to move backwards away from you sitting because they're excited to go. We want to teach the dog from the get-go to sit close to us. Okay, want to try it again? Okay, try it. Move around. Okay, slow down and ask them to sit.
Sit.
Excellent. Okay, and feed. Good. Okay, feed them again.
Sit. Sit. Hey. Sit.
Okay, great. Move away again. Okay, let it live on the food a little bit and then slowly pull it up.
Sit. Sit.
Good feed. Excellent. Good. And free.
Free.
Did really good. Okay, so we worked on sit and count, or sit and down. Any questions on those? Alright. Now we're going to work on the recall. We're not going to be able to do this with every dog, but I want to show you how to do it. And we're going to start with Pongo here. So the recall is one of those things that you want to make really exciting, really fun. You always want to encourage the dog to think that you are the biggest paycheck in the world. Because like I think I told you last week, if you get your dog out in a busy park and it jumps out of the car prematurely, and it sees another dog, it's going to make a choice. It's going to say, how fun is mom and dad, and how fun is that dog over there? We want to teach our dogs that, hey, just because they're released and they're free, or they get away from us, there's no reason to take off running and chase squirrels or another dog, okay? It's okay, your mom's going to help out too, okay? Mom, why don't you come on out? So the best way, the fastest way to teach the recall is with two people, son and daughter, or son and a mom. Sorry, you have a daughter. Okay, so I tell you what, I forgot your name. Damon, come over here. Okay, so we're going to use a little bit of resistance training on this, okay? In a minute, your dogs are going to get really excited, so please hang on to them. What's going to happen here is Damon here, he's going to hold his dog's collar. Mom's going to come up, and Mom's going to show the dog that she's got a $100 bill in her hand, okay? Mom's going to run away, and she's going to encourage the dog. When the dog's really, really excited, Damon here is going to let the dog go. Dog's going to run to Mom and get a treat, okay? At the same time Mom's feeding the dog, Mom also is grabbing the leash, okay? So, really good recall requires really good animation, okay? So, I want to hold this collar for a minute. I'll just collar itself. There we go. Yep. Okay, Mom, come show me the food. Do what? You'll in a minute, yes. The whole time I just want you to say his name, okay? Okay, run back. Okay, stop. Let it go. Okay, grab his leash. Okay, so dog's like, I have no idea what I'm doing right now, which is perfectly fine, okay? Now you pull out your food. Okay. But do me a favor. This time I want you to clap your hands a little bit while you run back, okay? Come up, show me your food.
One go.
Okay, wait, you gotta come all the way up here. You gotta show them the paycheck. You ready? Run back.
Yes. Look at this. Come on.
Clap, 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 clap. Okay, Mom, run with him a little bit and then let him go. Let go. And feed. Good job. All right, Mom. Come and show me the paycheck. Ready? This time I'm gonna say, come. Hold it. Okay, let him go. All right, good. Okay, ready? You come up to the same thing. Okay? How much is Pongo's tail wagging? Dog really likes this now. This dog says, hey, this is fun. Mom, hold his collar for a minute. It's okay. Ready? Run back. Stay there, Mom. Run back. Run back. Come. All right, there we go. Okay, so now we see a little more improvement, right? Okay, we'll do this again. Do what?
She didn't do it that way.
Oh, side side. Okay, good idea.
Can't get her on camera.
Okay, so Dad's gonna come up. I think. Do you have a couple hot dogs you can borrow? Maybe we'll grab them.
Thank you.
Even if you mumble, you get it.
I like this game already. Okay, grab his collar. Mom. Okay. You can feed him one if you want to start off with, and then take off running and say, come. Okay. You went way too fast. We weren't even ready. Let's try it again. Come back over here. I love your enthusiasm, though. Okay, hold his collar, Mom. Okay, do me a favor. Go that way towards that green. Yeah, from right there. Okay, show him the food. Okay. Let go. Good and feed. Good job. Okay. You hold him, Mom. Come up. Grab some bait. Okay, so while they're doing this, it's really important that you pick what command you're going to use. If it's going to be come on, if it's going to be come, whatever it's going to be, make sure you stay consistent with it. Okay? What are you guys going to use? Come or come on? Okay. Okay, Mom, show me your hot dog. Okay, and run back towards where you're sitting. Say, come on. Good. Okay. So you guys did really good, but I want you to do me a favor. I don't want you to let him go quite yet. Okay? The reason why I want them to kind of do this over again a little bit, the dog wasn't really when she left. The dog was like, I kind of want to go too. We want this dog so excited, jumping around. She's like, I want to get to Mom. Okay? We want to teach that the dog, when they hear the word come, not to think about anything else besides running to us. Okay? So we hold his collar again. Mom, really animated this time, okay? Okay, I didn't want you to let go until I told you. I'm sorry. Kind of confusing. Want to try it again?
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna hold on to him until I tell you let go.
Just right here.
Yes. Until I tell you let go. Okay. Come on, clap your hands so that you run back. Okay. Okay, run back. Now let go. All the leash. Feet of what? Just want to try this again? Okay, so the other concept behind this, it's kind of like the rubber band. The more we stretch the rubber band, the quicker it snaps, right? So the more the dog is wanting to get to the other person and pulling, the more when we let the dog go, it's going to book it. It's not going to just kind of walk.
Zeus. Hey. Zeus.
Come, run away.
Come, Zeus. Come.
Let me go.
Come.
That's what we want. Good job. Good job. So these guys are doing really good. The other thing I would suggest is not feed them so low. You see how you're bending way down? Feed them like up high. That way you don't have to every time you call them to bend over. Okay? So now I'm going to show you a little bit of what you can do if you don't have a puppy holder. Or if you want to work on this by yourself. Okay, so she's going to start with a little engagement because the dog's more focused on everybody else. Good. Stand up a little bit when you do this. Try to get him to come up to you. It's okay, you're not on the spot. Okay, so we got a little engagement. Now the dog's focused on her. What she's going to do is in a second, she's going to take a piece of treat and she's going to toss it out away from the dog. She's going to hold on to the very end of her leash. And the moment the dog eats the food, she's going to tell the dog to come and go away from the dog. Nope. You take a piece of food out, toss it out, aside, let it see it. And she kind of run back. Good, and feet, good. Now hold on to your very end of your leash. Okay. Take a piece out. Okay, so toss the piece out. And let me eat it and take them. Excellent, good. Let's do it again. Good. So what do we kind of see here? We're creating distraction on the ground, and then we're rewarding the dog for coming back to us.
Oh, once time, so I have two, right?
Okay.
Only once?
Actually, in the beginning stages, it's supposed to be excited. guys can work on to come by yourself. So make sure if you do this, the dog is on leash, because if your dog makes a choice when you say come, not to come to you, we're kind of counterproductive, because we don't want to teach the dog ever that we're not in control. Okay? Any questions? I know we went over a lot today. We worked on watch, we worked on sit, we worked on down, and we worked on come. We're going to work on it again next week. So I want to make sure that you guys are all